Cristina, and I've been a teacher all my life. Now I am retired. I am retired until for 10 years, more than 10 years. And I've been a teacher all my life, but I think I wanted to become a teacher when I was very, very young, a little girl. I wanted to become a teacher because I used to teach my dolls. Yes. I put them all together and I taught them French because I have been in a French school. All my studies have been in a French school in Madrid. Then I went to university and I did my, I don't know how do you say that in English? When you have to pass exams,
board exam.
State exams, state.
Board
yes,
state board.
Board, yeah.
Or board exam.
To become a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been teaching in Andalusia, yes, for 4 years. And then I came to Alcalá de Henares, here near Madrid, is about 30 kilometers from Madrid. And then I've been teaching in a little village in Cuenca called Tarancón. It was a very interesting experience. And then finally I came to Madrid and I've been teaching in Madrid 15 years. I like a lot to teach.
So your passion is teaching?
Teaching, yes. And now I miss my passion. I don't miss my schools but I like a lot teaching French because it's what I know. And I've been all my life teaching and learning English because at school we began with English when we were 10 years old. You see?
Okay.
Now I am 73 and I've been all my life studying English because I don't want to forget it.
Exactly,
That's
and English is very essential.
Yeah, yes. English is very essential.
And almost in some countries it's the second language.
Yes, I know. And here in Spain, I think Spanish, and now English, and another one. Yes, French or German or Italian, not very much.
One of the useful language. When we speak about profession, what does it mean to you?
Well, it's not, for me it's not a work exactly, but I think if you have to work to live in the world and you have the chance to do what you like to do, I think is the most interesting thing in your life. For me, it's that.
So, do you mean to say that that profession is not just a work?
No, it's not. For me, it's not just a work.
But
it's more. It's something that's really
your passion.
My passion.
Okay.
Yes,
Perfect.
and it's not only the language. It's the culture, is literature, is history, is all
It's
around.
a broad word,
Yeah,
which means a lot.
For me, yes.
What is the challenge of this pandemic in your profession right now?
Well, I don't know. You know, I think now, I think that young people are obliged to go to school. If pandemic, it's something that I don't know barrier, you know, something.
A barrier.
A barrier.
A hindrance.
Yes, that they don't let them to go to school, to be with other children and with teachers and to learn. It will be really a problem.
And it's a great challenge for you
yes.
as a professor.
Oh, yes, well, I don't teach now, you see, and as I don't teach, but I see what's
What's
around
going
me.
on.
Yes, and I think it will be a big problem, this problem.
It's a very, very great challenge.
Yes, a great one. And I don't know if it will, if authorities will know how to
resolve this
problem.
Because most professors have been suffering, especially in this pandemic, as they have left us with no job, and anyway, not totally with no job, maybe because they can also teach online, right?
Yes.
But
and now I'm thinking what happens in France, you know, with the Islamic problem. You know that there is a teacher who had been killed because he shows Islamic photographs about I don't know how to say in English. Well, this poor teacher said to his pupils what he thinks about Islamic religion. And as in France there is a big problem with someone killed him.
So in other words,
it's not a question of pandemic.
It's a question of about the religion as she have.
Yes.
So, and it means that there are still some countries who doesn't accept religion totally.
Yeah. Yes.
So it's also one of the problems that we're facing today.
Big problems. Yes, in France. Here in Spain we have no problem.
We have no problem. Yeah.
Thanks God.
In your opinion, what is the difference between Catholic and public school, and what are the advantages and disadvantages of them?
Well, the difference is that in a public school they don't talk about religion.
Okay, perfect.
And in a Catholic school it's logic that you talk, and all what your way of teaching is directed by this idea
By the doctrine of the Catholic Church.
If you agree with the Catholic Church, you can agree with the way of teaching of this place. And in a public school, usually they don't talk about these things. Everybody can go there in spite of what their thought and their feelings. I don't know, you asked me
And
things.
the other question is, what are the advantages and disadvantages of both of them?
Advantages, it depends on the school. Well, the public schools are all the same. It depends on the teacher.
Exactly.
And in Catholic schools, it depends on the teacher, but they have an ideology.
Or the doctrines.
The doctrines that
they teach.
They teach, and they have to agree with this Catholic. But for me, it's exactly.
So if you're going to choose, like for example, if you have a son or a daughter, which do you prefer? If you're going to choose a school,
yes.
Will you choose to have the Catholic school or
I
public
prefer
one.
public because I think a Catholic, if I am a Catholic, I have to show this way of thinking, of being through
a Catholic,
through the church and your way of
accepting the faith as a Catholic. Yeah, because as for example, we know the fact that there are some people who doesn't believe in the Catholic faith, right? For example, in my own experience, I have a student before in one of the Catholic schools where I taught, and there is one Muslim. So it means to say, the point here is, it means to say that the Catholic institution doesn't accept or doesn't exclude. It's not exclusive only for Catholic believers, but also to all religions.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I found out.
Yes,
That the Catholic institution is not just for Catholic believers, but to all people.
Yes, I see.
What is the most challenging experience did you have in the past 10 years?
In the past 10 years?
Yes.
Well, you know that now I'm teaching French. Now with the pandemic situation, it stopped. But I teach to I don't know, seniors. Seniors.
Senior citizens.
As a voluntary.
Okay.
Because I am retired. And for me the challenge was that they could love French language, French culture, French culture and environment. They could love it. It was difficult at the beginning because I used to teach young people, and when I met people on my age, it wasn't very easy because I couldn't say the same things I used to do with my pupils. And I had to learn how to teach these
the same level with the seniors.
Yes, but as they could accept me and accept French, it has been difficult. But it was very interesting. Really, I worked a lot for them. And I was very happy because I used to listen to TV, to watch TV, French TV, and to learn songs, to teach them, and the challenge was trying to do it well, because they have to love French. And at the beginning I had only 10 pupils, and now I had last year 40.
40. And you're still continuing teaching in this moment?
I would like a lot. I miss a lot my pupils now because they are very nice. They used to phone me, when my husband died. They helped me a lot or accept that I was alone now. Because I have three daughters. I have 3 daughters. They are very nice with me, but they have their family and they have their life. And my pupils help me a lot because they follow me.
So they have become an instrument to help you recover from what happened.
It was very nice. Now we are confined, you say that?
Not connected?
No, connected, no. Now that we have to stay at home.
You're in quarantine period.
Quarantine. Well, no, we are not exactly in quarantine, but we are going to be in quarantine.
Exactly.
Because pandemic situation is really hard. I miss my pupils. I miss them a lot. They help me.
How will you balance education to social life?
Oh, it's very important. For me, education, but education with capital letters, you see. It's not only to know who wrote or who writes El Quixote or no. Education is a way of feeling life and live life. Of living life. I don't know if living or live, but you see. For me, education is very, very important. Not only know things, but to know life, to understand life.
To understand what life is.
What life is, yes.
And as we know that there are some people who doesn't know how to balance education to social life, and they tend to forget about social life because they just studied always, and then they forgot to socialize.
Yes, well,
So
I think that education is not only a book and to be always learning things, or no, is to unite. I don't know how you say that, you know.
To be with people.
Life and people and life.
Yeah, because for example, in my own experience when I was in the seminary, for example, we have some tasks that we really need, and it's urgent. So, and some seminarians would invite me to do sports, but I can't because I have to finish this. So
yes, but I think but you have to find time to do everything, because sports and to talk with your friends is so important that to study. It is education, but I mean education with capital letters that has all is education. Sports, friends, how to eat, everything is education, and books.
Exactly, and I agree to that. In education, you learn everything, and it has everything.
Yes, it's not only tasks. Tasks can do in 1 hour. Education is all the day, the 24 hours a day. Only when you
exactly. And we don't only learn in school. We learn
in sports. You learn when you talk with your friends, when you listen what the teacher is telling you, not only things that you have to know. And it's very difficult to explain that in English for me. But
what are your secrets in teaching?
Well, I don't think they are secrets exactly. It's very difficult for me to explain that in English, but I'm going to try. It's like is to do away with your pupils.
Or a strategy.
Yes, it was not an strategy. Is to think that you're not the only one in a teaching way. That without a pupil, you're not a teacher, and you have not to forget that. You can know many things, but if you forget that you have a person with you and to do away together, you're not a good teacher. If he suffers with your way of teaching, or you see that he doesn't like what you teach, it's because you're not doing the right
teaching.
It's not easy, you know. It's a person, it's not a furniture, and you have to go with them and to ask yourself many times, am I doing it right? Because maybe you're not doing it right, and you have to change and to look for the way by where you have to go. It's very difficult to explain. It's more than just to go to arrive to the class and begin to speak. No, you have to feel what's all around you. This boy maybe is in a bad way because you feel that he has a problem. This one has not a problem, but you know, you are with persons.
And I agree to that you should know your students, not just you teach to them, but you should know them.
You should know, yes. It's not easy because you can be wrong sometimes. But you have to be able to feel that you're wrong, to change and to
improve.
Put another way. It's very difficult to explain in English.
But anyway, I got your point. What can be your advice to all our viewers, especially the teachers, the students, and those who are watching right now?
Well, that life is very important. Life is very important. Persons who are with you are very important too. And don't forget that. I think that life and people who are with you have to love them and to be kind. I don't know. In English, it's very difficult for me to explain what
En español.
En español. ¿Qué les diría yo a mis alumnos? A la gente. Que no se olviden de que no son ellos solos y que tienen que convivir, sonreír, ser honestos, ser honrados y no hacer daño a nadie.
Yeah, and I agree to that. That you need to be aware that you are with someone, that you live with someone, and you need to enjoy every moment that you have, because as you said, that life is important.
Life is important and you can lose it.
And in time, I don't know, as life is once, and we don't know, we don't want to lose it. If you're going to describe your life before and now, what kind of life you have?
Well, I had a big hole in my life when my husband passed away, as they say in English. He passed away. Well, when he died. Because for me it was really very difficult to do things, because I used to be always with him. He was very intelligent. He was a teacher too, and he taught art and history, and we used to go to exhibitions, to cinema, to travel a lot, and I used to be with him always, and I love him a lot. And now I haven't him. And with that, I told you everything. My life had become, I'm doing it again, you see? And it's not easy to do a life after, when you are 73, as I am. I try. I have my daughters, I have my son and my granddaughters. I try to continue with my intellectual way of thinking, but it's not the same. It has changed everything. I try to go by myself. That's very difficult, but I try, and I try to do things, different things. I know that now my husband don't want to be with me again, that my life has to continue until God said, come with me, because you have done all the things in your life. And I have good friends, as Teresa and all, and they help me a lot. But the hole is there, and I don't want to go into the hole. That's why I do what I can. And I try to do a lot of things.
In this kind of experience, what did you learn? What did you realize?
Yes, I realized that you don't have to lose any minute in your life. And that if it's possible to say people, you love them. It's not, they know that I love them. No, say it. You love your daughter, your children, your friends, and this is what I've learned. You have to aprovechar tu propio, say that in English, all the minutes